Hey everyone, Stephen Glicker here from Roll from Combat, and it looks like Wizards of the Coast has announced the schedule for their upcoming D&D 2024 books. And it turns out they're going to be going into 2025, which, to be fair, they said they were going to do it all along. They said it was going to be a year-long celebration, but these books are coming really late. And I was just about to do an entire video all about this because I knew the dates were coming pretty soon. I'll go into like the reasoning of why this was announced today in the later part of this video, but in the beginning, let's get right into it and see what the dates are. But before that, make sure you go to yearofmonsters.com and you can get this little mimic, this little dice mimic right now at our backer kit, where you can also get Year of Monsters, which is you can play classic creatures such as mimics and doppelgangers, a sentient dungeon, intelligent weapons for Pathfinder or D&D, and you can get the amazing hardcover and PDF and Foundry modules right now if you go to backerkit.com. And you can get this while supplies last. While supplies last, you can get this cool little mimic for free. So make sure you check it out before the Kickstarter, well, in this case, a backer kit ends. So let's get right into this. Let's look at the article. So here's the article by Polygon. And this actually is an article based on, and I like their D&D's 2024 revision of 5th edition won't be complete until 2025. Awkward. Well, they actually said they were going to do that, but here we go. First up, Player's Handbook 2024 is expected to be released on September 17th. The Dungeon Master's Guide is November 12th, which is, wow, is that cutting it close. And then the Monster Manual is going to be February 18th, which is, that is kind of a little strange, the timing, because the Player's Handbook is always the best-selling, and Monster Manual is the second usually best-selling, and then DM's Guide. And they're going to miss Christmas for the Monster Manual, which is kind of strange timing. Obviously, they're not making that May deadline at all. And I actually found that announcement. They had an announcement last week saying, oh yeah, we're not making that May announcement. Well, they never announced it was coming out in May. In fact, that was just a leak. And so obviously something weird's going on. With that being said, they say right here, very important, of course, is that you will be able to buy everything digitally 2 weeks early. So in theory, on September 3rd, you can actually get the Player's Handbook, of course, at D&D Beyond, and then you'll be able to get everything else 2 weeks early. So you will buy everything twice, because people who are really hardcore into this, they're probably going to buy it digitally, and then they're going to buy it, well, physically as well, because, they just will. And then there's some other things. Let's see, Vecna Eye of Ruin, that's coming out May 21st. Now, I've been saying this all along, that I know for a fact that that's been printed, because I was talking to people at Gen Con in August of 2023, and they were proofing it. So sure enough, yes, I knew that was coming out. I knew it was done. So they said May 21st, which is a little strange, because it's not supposed to be using the new rules. I guess it's not. They also have Quest of the Infinite Staircase, and that's coming out July 16th, as you can see here. And then, of course, this the original D&D making of book, which is actually the thing I'm really excited about. Of everything they're doing, that's the one I really can't wait to see. And that's going to be June 18th. So, and there's a couple other things. They're going to be doing tournament-style playing, which is kind of fun, because I actually really like tournament D&D. So it looks like we are going to get all the books September, November, and February, which is more than a year from today. And wow, I didn't really expect that. If you follow everything that I've been saying, I really thought that they were going to at least try to get the Player's Handbook out for the con season. And I guess not. I guess they're just going to probably, well, I mean, if they're smart, what they'll do is they'll actually go to the cons and they'll actually have previews and do talks about what to expect in the Player's Handbook. And they could ramp it up over the next, throughout the summer and the next couple of months. They can really build up the excitement, ramp it up. But these were kind of hidden. All right. I mean, they basically said right here that, like, they had on Monday, Wizards shared a news briefing with containing a partial release calendar, and then buried at the bottom is the fact that Monster Manual, third and final book of the revised 5th edition rulebooks, won't be available as a physical product until February 18th, over a year from now. So they won't be able to get the full, rule set until over a year from now. Now, I knew they were going to do this, and they actually said they were going to do this. So, I'm giving them a little bit of a leeway here. However, why am I not even surprised of the September 17th deadline? Well, I've been saying this for a while. There's a couple things happening if you watch our live shows. Is that whenever you publish books, you need to tell the bookstores 9 months in advance. Okay, 9 months. You can get away with 6 months, but no less than 6 months. In fact, right now, I'm being asked, because I'm a publisher, to give all the bookstores what I'm putting out in October. So I have to tell them my October releases. So there is a way they could have snuck around this, is if they didn't release it in bookstores, which I'll get into some other time. So I knew they were going to be releasing and talking about this very, very soon, because they have to start telling everyone now. Okay, they have to give everyone at least 6 months, preferably 9 months leeway if they want to get books into big box stores. If they want to get into the Barnes and Nobles and the Targets of the world, they have to give them 9 months notice. So there you go.
I'm tired of playing my favorite tabletop RPGs as one of the old boring races. I don't want those generic, store-brand backstories. I want to roll a character with a bit more character. Well, Roll for Combat is here to help with their incredible new book, Battle Zoo Ancestries Classic Creatures, which gives you the power to create the character of your dreams. Dig into 12 unique playable monster races in this beautifully printed, massive, hard-cover book filled with in-depth descriptions, abilities, lore, and more. Send that dusty old dwarf right back to the mines and live out your isekai fantasy by becoming an actual intelligent weapon that you wield yourself. Or you could let a friend grab you instead. Teamwork. Put that elf back on the shelf and become a sentient dungeon, complete with traps, treasures, and a living avatar. You could even put an end to the Age of Man and become a shape-shifting mimic. You know, those things that gave you trust issues ever since you were eaten by one in Dark Souls? Ooh, that could be you. Click the link below or head on over to battlezoo.com to secure your copy of Battle Zoo Ancestries Classic Creatures today and become the life of your adventuring party.
So September 17th, it's not exactly February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 7 months. Okay. 8 months. No, 7 months. Sorry. Math is hard. As I said, between 6 and 9 months. 9 months is preferable. 6 is the bare minimum. So there you go. The other reasoning is that Gamma is next month. Okay. Gamma is a trade show, and Wizards of the Coast is going to be there. I'm going to be there. Everyone in the industry is going to be there. And they sit down with all the game companies, all the distributors, all the game stores, anyone who sells product is going to be there. And what it is the publishers meet with the people who sell your products, and they basically show it to them and say, hey, this is what we're coming out with. Can you order some? And, they get excited and decide how much of those products they're going to pre-order from you. And they need to have release dates. So I knew for a fact that these release dates were going to happen before Gamma. And Gamma is in the first week of March. So I knew by March, this was all going to be announced. No later, because, well, everyone needs to know. I was a little surprised they did it today. I'm happy they did it today, but there you go. That's why I was not totally shocked that they were coming out with it. So there you go. Player's Handbook is going to be coming out September 17th. But, the real sticky wicket is that they're coming out with the digital rules on September 3rd. And, of course, they're going to try to sell everything to you twice. The other aspect is that these rules obviously have to be done pretty soon, because they're going to have to print up these books. They're going to have to get them to the stores. And more importantly, they need to get all these digital rules into, Foundry and their own D&D Beyond. So something fascinating is that D&D Beyond, that's part of Wizards. So you could expect them to just get their product in, pretty much at the same time, or they have the inside knowledge. But once you start working with third-party companies like Foundry, is that you really have to have your ducks in a row. You can't just say, oh yeah, we'll get you the content when it's ready. Is that, no, they signed a fairly nice contract stipulating that you're going to find the official content for D&D 2024 on Foundry, and I expect they're going to want it pretty close to the release date, and especially Foundry's going to want it on the release date, probably September 3rd, if not September 17th at the very latest, so that they could have all the content ready to go. And then people like myself need to also get that a little early so that we can actually develop our content for Foundry. So, long story short, what I'm saying is that this is going to be coming out, and public or pseudo-public probably around, I'd probably say around June, July at the latest, is where the books and the rules really have to be finalized. They have to be locked down 100%. They're going to be locked down before that, but they really have to get locked down and sent out to people like Foundry and other partners so that they can start implementing and testing the rule set within their digital tool sets. So expect, I guess, a summer of previews and then Player's Handbook on September 17th, or in this case, September 3rd, because oh wow, I mean, who's gonna wait? You know, it's like everyone's really gonna be excited. It's a good time to launch something, the beginning of September, right when school starts. It's actually an excellent time. November 12th for the Dungeon Master's Guide, that's really late. That's about as late as you can really get books out for Christmas. You don't really want to go past Thanksgiving. I guess the very latest you can really get is sort of the first week of December, but that's about it. You can't get any later than that. And the Monster Manual, man, missing this year is really going to hurt them, because I expect they're going to also have like a set where you can buy all 3 of them together, but that obviously won't come out till next year. So I guess we'll follow along and see what they're coming out with for the rest of this year. Anyhow, don't forget, check out yearofmonsters.com at BackerKit, and you can see our new Battle Zoo Ancestries Classic Creatures, where you can play some of the coolest ancestries, races, species, whatever they're being called now, for D&D and Pathfinder, and you get this very cool Mimic absolutely free. This thing is worth $50. Check it out. And if not, and with that, I will talk to you guys later. See ya.